Erling Haaland. Describe him as a player, because for those of us on the outside, he's been a little bit of a revelation, Jesse, in the sense that he just scores goals no matter if he plays 18 minutes or 90 minutes.
Yeah. So first, his physical qualities, okay? His speed, his power, his from like 0 to 60, like he can get to top speed in like one step. His strength, his technical ability, his size, all of these things for me right away put him in the upper echelon of players, or potential to be some of the best players in the world. But what makes Erling so special is his mentality. To start with, he was in the U20 World Cup. He's had the 9 goals in 1 game. And then we gave every one of our players who had international obligations at least 3 weeks off before they were supposed to come with us. Erling had 6 days and he said, no, I want to come straight to camp. Erling came to Salzburg last winter. He played 1 game in the entire spring, winter and spring. So he had a lot of disappointment of sitting on the bench. He was a little bit injured, but he was really eager to get himself going and to start to prove himself, especially knowing that we were going to Champions League. So right away, I knew that this kid had ambition and had drive. And then, early on in the first training sessions, you could see that we had something special, that his explosiveness, his competitiveness in every training session. And then he was often the first guy at training and the last one to leave. This kind of dedication. He was the guy that was always asking for video, what he could do better, what things should we work on. He would stay after practice and work. There were days where I had to tell him, Erling, go home and rest. So, he's fearless, he's competitive, he's got a drive to get better. His father played in England, and professionally, so he knows the business a bit. So he's equipped with so many qualities that make him, I think, very different, very special. And along with the ability, just the pure talent, I think he's going to be fun to watch in the coming years. That's for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the moment's too big for him. However, Jesse, are you surprised at all how quickly he had success at Dortmund?
No.
Okay.
We were playing a preseason game because we have a long winter pause here, and then on the phone, after our game, I started seeing 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals, and right away I was, we talked as a staff here that we'd be more surprised if Erling didn't have immediate success, and it was interesting that they didn't play Erling right from the start.
Agreed.
In the lineup, but they figured it out over time. And we know Erling well enough, whether it's in training or games or whatever, if you put him around the goal and you give him opportunities, he's smart, he's clever, he's explosive, he's going to find ways to score goals. We saw it over and over, day in and day out. So, the interesting thing with Dortmund is Erling is best in transition moments. I mean, he can play a lot of different types of football, but when he can really get out and run and play in transition and find space and run behind, that's when he's most dangerous. And so Dortmund doesn't always play like that. He doesn't have as many touches in games. He's not as much involved in build-up. He has to kind of wait for moments around the goal. Jadon Sancho is a little bit hard to play with and figure out, obviously a big talent. But watching Erling, he's had some really good moments, but I still think we're only scratching the surface with his potential.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.